everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, we're gonna do the cutest purple set today. We're gonna do it on Ellie's fingers, and we're gonna use these two colors by Beetle. Beetlesgel.com is where I get all of my colors for my gels, and they're super affordable. And so yeah, these are actually just like from a sample package, and so they're super tiny, but the big ones, when I buy the big ones, they're much bigger than these little teeny bottles, but just super affordable, and I get them on Amazon. Anyway, I'll put all that stuff in the description. Let's look at what we're doing for this nail set. Oh my gosh, isn't this the prettiest soft lavender color? I love it so much. And so I do one coat on the pinky nail, and then I cure it for 2 minutes. And I'm going to do the same thing on all of these nails, just a little bit different. So I thought I'd put it in the video so that you can see how I do it. This second one actually was driving me crazy because it had like 3 little pieces of lint on the nail when I polished it. I didn't realize it until, so anyways, I'm sure that happens to you too. Lint is crazy and it's so frustrating, but yeah, I eventually got all of those 3 pieces off. And so this is the ring finger, and I did one coat of the lavender also on this one, and then we cured it in the lamp for 2 minutes also. And then we move on to the middle finger, which is actually going to be an ombre. And oh my gosh, I love the way this ombre turned out. I ended up doing the lavender on the top half, and just one coat. And then I went in with the, see, this is one of the bigger bottles that you buy from BeetlesGel.com. And this is just their stark white, which is, oh my gosh, it's like the perfect white. So if you ever need like the perfect one coat white, it really does its job. One coat for like your Frenches and stuff like that. This one works really well. And then, so I put one coat of each, and then I don't cure them yet. And then I take a little dot of the white, and I also take a little dot of the lavender, and I mix them together. I use like a little nail art brush, and I just mix them together, swirlies, and then I'm going to connect the 2 colors. So nothing has been cured yet, and we're just gonna kind of swash that mixture right on the in-between, and we're going to do that until we're satisfied. It doesn't take much. You just kind of whip the brush back and forth, and it, you know, you can, if you use a very light hand, lighter than what I'm using right now, then it actually blends better. I was kind of heavy-handed with this one. If for some reason you don't get it exactly the blend that you want, you can cure it and then go back over. I've seen many people do it like that. But the way I like to ombre is just once, and then I pull the white back up to the top portion, not the very tippity top, but the top of where the ombre starts to fade. And it kind of gives like a lighting effect. It's almost like an artist's canvas, like the background. That's how I like to do my ombres with gel polish anyway. And then I just hang it upside down so it kind of melds into each other before I cure it, and then I cure it for 2 minutes. So now we're moving on to the pointer finger, which, oh my gosh, I love the way this pointer finger came out, and we're gonna end up embellishing it a little bit more, but we start out with the base coat, which is this soft lavender. Are you loving this lavender color as much as I am? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'm not really even like, my go-to color is pink. It's not really purple, but when I do break out the purple bottles, I'm in love, and I'm wondering the whole time why I don't do purple all the time. So yeah, that's how much I'm loving the soft color. But so now I'm going to take, I cured that for 2 minutes, and this is the pinky now. And so we're going to just go in with that second color, and it's glitter. And so we're just going to make this a full glitter nail, and we are going to embellish it a little bit. Now, I do Ellie's sizes because I sell these nails after, you know, I finished the video. I end up putting the set on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know why that was so hard to spit out. But yeah, so yeah, so if you are looking to get something exactly like this, then you might be the lucky one that grabs this one set. I just do the one set on Facebook Marketplace, and then it's done. And so I don't like repeat it. And I do every once in a while, I have somebody say, oh, I love that purple set. Can you make me a set of those? And I do not do custom sets like that. So if you ever see a video where you absolutely love these nails, yeah, then you might want to hit the Facebook Marketplace like really, really quickly after I've posted the video so that you can get your hands on it. Yeah, so, and they are universal sizes. The pinky is a 9, the ring finger and the pointer fingers are both size 3. The middle finger is a size 2, and the thumb is a size 1. And so you can mix and match these. You don't have to wear them all side by side. When I sell the kits, I sell them, or the sets, I sell them in a whole set of 20. So you get like coordinating colors with all of the sizes, like 0 through 9. So yeah, you're bound to find the size that you want. And yeah, the accent will fit you. And hopefully the thumb fits you with the number 1. If your nails are actually smaller than that, you can always file them down. Yeah, just file very, you know, cautiously so that you don't, you know, take off the top polish. You just kind of file from the bottom. And maybe I should do a video on how to adjust the size of your press-ons because it's super easy, but it's also really easy to mess up the gel polish if you're not careful. You need to keep that grit away from the design, that's for sure. But anyways, yeah, so this is the ring finger, and we're doing an animal print. So we're just putting little dots of the sparkly purple inside the lavender, and then we cure it for 2 minutes, and then we go in with the white. And I usually use like a gel liner to do these lines, but I decided we were using this gel polish anyway, so I decided to line it with the polish. And this is like a testament to how well the pigment is in these polishes, because if you can use a polish as a liner, especially white or black, you know, then you can really tell how good the pigment is. Really, it's strong in this line. So if you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it out. I actually have a coupon code where you can get 35% off, and I'll put it down in the description as well. But yeah, so I just put the dots of the glittery purple, which is going to sparkle, you know, when the light hits it. And now I'm using the white to just add those kind of like little prints around it. And each little dot gets 2 swipes of the white in all different angles. I'm just kind of turning the nail around and adding the little swipes of white. So it makes it super easy, and you don't have to do it as uniform as I did here. Like the dots are pretty uniform you know, spread out, but you can put them any which way you want. And that's the fun of playing with gel, right? Is that you can just do whatever you want. Let your creativity flow and do whatever makes your heart happy. And oh my gosh, I just love playing with gels. You can do anything you want. And don't ever be afraid to wipe off what you've done. Like, I don't usually, I like to just like, you know, say, well, that's that, you know, if something happens and I'm not sure if it's going to look great or whatever, I try my hardest to just keep on going. And I didn't have any problem with these little animal prints, but there are designs that I'm in the middle of that I'm like, I don't think this is going to work out, and it ends up working out great. So you don't have to swipe it off. But if you decide that, you know, no, that's not at all what I was going for, the beauty of these gels, unlike polish, you can't just do this with polish, right? With gel, you just swipe it off and start out new. It's awesome. It is super awesome. So if you haven't really played with gels, yeah, definitely enjoy the fact that there's no such thing as an oops when you're playing with gels, because it's not cemented on there for good until it's been cured. So yeah, so I cured that one, and now we're moving on to the pointer finger. And oh my gosh, okay, so this glitter, I've actually had this glitter for years. Like, I don't even remember buying it. I don't know where I got it from. I think it came in a kit. Did you see the little teeny bottle that it was in? I think this was in a kit that maybe I had gotten as a gift from a client or something. And so I was like, oh, these are cute, purplish pink. And they're all little teeny, I noticed they're little teeny diamonds, and they're completely exactly the same. So they're not like different sizes or anything like that. So when I first started out, I took this rhinestone glue and I just kind of rubbed it all over the top. I knew I was going to put it on the top, but I started out making like a line of them, and I was going to make them all just like line up perfectly. And then the timing got the best of me, and I was like, okay, this is going to take forever. So, and I was not patient enough to let it take forever, although you can, you know, before you cure this gel will sit for hours if you want it to. So I started out, do you see where I started out with a line of them? And then finally I was like, no, I'm just going to put a whole bunch just everywhere and scatter them, and it's going to catch the light differently. And I ended up taking that line and kind of moving all those around as well. And I ended up just covering the top part. See, so, you know, if your design isn't quite working the way you want it to, or if you get a different epiphany or creative feel while you're doing it, then you can just change it, you know, like I did with this one. And I love the way this one turned out. The holographic coloring in this is so light catching. It just looks like crystals all over it. It's so amazing. See, now I'm moving that line, and you know, all of those around, and DOG's having a sneezing fit. If you can hear that in the background. But yeah, so, and then I just take these little flecks, and I'm sorry, the focus is going in and out, but I'm just filling in any like empty spots, like any white spots. And yeah, so I do that until all of the white spots are totally and completely filled, and it ends up looking almost mosaic. It's so cool. And the only way that that happened, I think, is because of the shape of these little teeny pieces of glitter. And that's what they are. They're just little teeny pieces of glitter. Doesn't it look amazing? Oh my gosh, the sparkle, and it does look mosaic to me. It just does. So we ended up curing this for 60 seconds, and I was going to put those little purple caviar beads on it, but then as it was curing, I had a completely different idea. I was like, I could just divide the mosaic with the lavender by adding a white stripe. So I added a white stripe with my long striper pen, yeah, or striper brush. That's what it's called, a striper brush. And yeah, I just did a nice clean white line, and that definitely divided it and defined it. And it just added kind of a pop to that mosaic. They almost look like crystals, don't they? There's so much shine to them. So yeah, I ended up dividing it like that. And then I think I cured it, and I was like, it needs just a little something more. And you know how I do these sets. I always make sure that they all match. So if there's like white on one nail, there's usually white on at least another nail in the set. If there's this, this is why I'm adding the second color, the glittery gel polish, because I wanted it to just be part of the set, right? So that's why I added the second line, and I love that I did, because didn't that just finish it off perfectly? And that one is done. So we're going to cure that. I ended up curing that for a full 2 minutes. Again, you can never over cure. That's how I feel anyway. I'm sure you probably could over cure, but I've never run into a problem with over curing, so yeah, just go with it. Keep popping it in that light. Over curing is way better than under curing, that's for sure. So now we are moving on to the thumbnail, and yeah, so we're going to crystallize this thumbnail. That's what I'm going to call it. We're going to crystallize it. We're going to put a ton of crystals, rhinestones, caviar beads, just everywhere. But the way that we start that is we're going to take this Beetles Rhinestone Glue Gel, and it works honestly just like a base gel, but it's got that extra adhesion, so if you've got crystals that you absolutely love, you're not going to lose them if you use a really good gel glue, right? So if you're just using like base gel to glue down your crystals, then you're not really ensuring that those crystals are not going to pop off eventually. But with this rhinestone glue, they absolutely stay where you place them. And so we just put like a swirl straight down the thumb, well, not straight down, but swirled down from the top to the bottom of the thumbnail. And then I start picking out these gorgeous AB crystals, and I put a couple of big ones, like this very long kind of stick looking, and it's got that AB like iridescent rainbow when it catches the light. And then I'm going to take another one that is much smaller and wider or whatever, and kind of like a princess cut. And so we're going to work crystals all the way, or rhinestones, all the way around these crystals. And we're just going to add first I'm going to put these two, I'm sorry, you're focused more on my hand than you are on the crystals. It's so funny. I get so into just doing the nails that I'm not even paying attention to the camera at this point. I'm just trying to pick up crystals and trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. And about, halfway through, I realize, oh my gosh, I'm like not even in shot. Well, at least I'm in shot, but yeah, at least it's not focused where it should be, but yeah. So then I'm going to I took some medium-sized purple round rhinestones, and then I am now putting some small clear rhinestones, just little circular clear rhinestones around the sides of them. And yeah, eventually I'm going to take some purple ones as well. And then I'm going to add caviar beads all the way around. And it's going to just end up being so beautiful, just like a beautiful cluster, right? So I can also put the links to the crystals. I get almost everything at this point off of Amazon because, you know, I'm Amazon Prime and I'm very impatient and I like it done like when I order something, I like it on my doorstep like that very next day. So Amazon is really good about that. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I wish I was, then I could, you know, like plug them and give you a code or something. But yeah, I don't think Amazon does that. But Beetles does for sure. So definitely use that Beetles code if you are in the market for some gel polish or even this rhinestone glue. It's amazing. If you don't have a rhinestone glue, definitely use that code and go get you some because you need it so you can keep your rhinestones. But look at how this ended up with the thumb. Yeah, I'll give you a close-up a little later, but I wanted to, oh, we also did crystals on the pinky. Did I not show that? Oh my gosh, I don't even think I recorded that. But yeah, we've got crystals on the pinky. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a top coat and just top coat all of these nails with a shiny top coat. And I'm showing you now that when I do it around crystals, I don't ever put the top coat on top of the crystals. Of course, I'm sure you already know this if you've been watching me for a while. And if you're new, then welcome. Definitely hit that subscribe button so that you can see, oh, there we go. Now you can see all of the crystals on there. Oh, you know what? I did this backwards. That's what it was. I obviously placed my little sections of taping in the wrong direction, but you know. So this is where we're putting the crystals on the pinky nail. Yeah, so, but yeah, if you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. Comment down below if you have any ideas of other videos that you'd like to see. Let me know if you've learned anything or if you have any tips as well. Yeah, definitely put that in the comments so that the community all gets to know your tips and my tips, and we all kind of learn together and we share different products that we have found. And yeah, because yeah, look at how cute that crystal is. It fits perfectly right on that. That's a teeny pinky nail. That's a number 9. So that's, yeah, I think that's as small as it gets. Does it? It goes from 0 to 9. Yeah, that's the smallest one. So, yeah, so cute. I love playing with these. And I use the same crystals, as you know, I used that AB iridescent kind of rainbow as the big crystal. And now I'm going in with the white rhinestones, little white round rhinestones. And yeah, basically keeping it, the continuity throughout the set, right? So I use these same ones on the thumb. So I wanted to use the same one on the pinky as well. And now I'm going in with the caviar beads. And I'm going to just drop some of the caviar beads into the cap, and because those are teensy, I mean teensy. I am wearing, okay, so I don't know if you've ever met me or you have seen any of my other videos where you can actually see my face, but I'm going to be 54 in 2 days. And my eyes are not that of a teenager. So I have like prescription magnifying glasses. So I'm using my prescription magnifying glasses, and even with them, these caviar beads are teensy and hard to see. So I'm placing them as best I can, and I'm surrounding all the way around all of the crystals and with those caviar beads. And every once in a while, if I see like a dry spot where I don't think the crystal's going to attach itself, I just use my little nail art brush and I dip into the rhinestone glue, and yeah, and I just add a little swipe around it. What's beautiful about this rhinestone glue is that when it dries clear, so it is completely invisible, especially because we put a top coat on, right? Not on top of the crystals, but around the crystals. So if there was ever any like extra glue kind of peeking out, it would just be covered up by the clear top coat, right? So, and even if you used like a matte top coat, which I would never do that on glitter nails because you want the glitter to shine. But if you love matte top coats, it will work the same with matte top coats. It just covers it right up. It's magical. That's what it is. It's magic. So, yeah, I'm putting all of these little caviar beads all the way around, and just, you know, you place them with this little white pencil. It's like, what is it? It's not clay crystal or pencil. It's, oh, I can't remember what it's called now. But it's just a white pencil, and it is the perfect grabber for these little teeny beads. Speaking of clay, I just got some new clay in, and we are going to be playing with clay very soon. So you definitely want to hit that bell button, and yeah, that way you're notified when my new videos come out. And yeah, we're going to be able to play with some clay. Oh my gosh, clay on nails. Who knew, right? It's amazing that they even have clay for nails, because it ends up allowing you to do like 3D art, just like we used to do so much with acrylic when acrylic was the only thing we had, right? And now I'm definitely showing my age, because as a nail tech, yeah, acrylic was all we had for years and years and years. We didn't even have gel. I actually watched gel come out. But yeah, this is how the set turns out, and oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I put top coat, the shiny top coat, on all of them. If you prefer the matte top coat, that would work too. But the top coat definitely seals in the crystals. Just don't put that top coat on top of the crystals. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I love that you came to watch the video. I hope that you want to watch more. Yeah, don't forget to like this video if you love it, and share if you have any friends that you also think might love nails. And yeah, do all of the things, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.